the Vikings. Chase Carney beating them out. Parents, this evening's contest will be played in accordance within the rules and regulations as set forth by the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association. Good luck to both teams.
Good evening, everyone. We are at the Nashoba Tech High School as the Nashoba Tech Vikings are taking on the Cathedral Panthers. Apparently, this is kind of like a playoff game. The Vikings are the number 4 seed. The Panthers are the number 5 seed. Vikings are 2 wins away from heading to Gillette Stadium for one of the biggest games in high school. And the kick is off. It's a little scum kick. Someone's going to pick it up, and it is picked up. And run up the middle. He's got some space. And he is brought down at close to the 45-yard line, close to midfield. Good return for the Vikings by number 22. That's a pretty good start to the game for the Vikings. You know, if a lot of coaches, they want to start off hot. They want to start off hot in these games, and you know, whether that be establishing the run, throwing some passes downfield. See what they do. They run a very, very tight formation. I don't think I've ever seen this formation in my life. And they run it with number 22. He's got a little crease up to the left side, and across the 50 he goes. Good pickup of a little bit. Close to another first down for the Vikings. Like I said, I have not seen that formation. It's a very, very tight formation, just everybody just in a big circle together. You know, we'll see what they do there. I mean, they could just start ground and pounding their way. They could try to wear this defense down, play some physical football. If they run the same formation, they might do some play action. Who knows? And it's a toss to the right side. Open lane for number 4. And he's got a lane down the sideline. And he's in. Touchdown, Vikings. There was nothing but daylight as he reached the secondary. And he had nothing but green grass ahead of him. Good play by the Vikings as they go up 6-0. So what you gotta do is you gotta condense the inside. And they let him get one little hole. Everybody was up in the box, so once he gets to the second level, there's little to no one to beat him. And this shows right there as the Vikings have scored. And the Vikings lined up, going for 2. See if they can go up 8-0 on this. They seem to run another heavy set formation. Motion on the backside. A toss to 4. And a whistle and a false start on the Vikings. And that'll push the Vikings back 5 more yards. That kind of looked like it was going to walk in for another 2-pointer. But alas, they have to redo the down and see what they come up with here. All right, let's see what the Vikings do, trying to get a 2-pointer from about the 8-yard line. See if they can find some plays. Motion to the left with 22. They hand it to 22. 22 to the corner. He's in for the 2. And it is 8-0 Vikings. That is just a picture-perfect start to this game for the Vikings. You know, in about a few plays, in 3 or 4 plays, they go down, score a big, long touchdown with a run, and then they get pushed back 5 yards with a false start. That ain't going to stop them. And they just tossed it to the left side, got the corner, and made it into the end zone. Very much untouched. And we'll see what the Panthers come out to do on their offensive drive to see if they can answer. Or otherwise, this will be a long game for the Panthers.
Are the 2 guys back deep for Cathedral. Gallon Park. Call to put it in play.
Kick is squibbed up and away, and just taken by number 25 at about, call it the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. And the Panthers will start a 1st and 10. We'll see what they can do on this drive to see if they can answer this 8-0 lead that the Vikings have got.
This at their own 35.
Interesting formation for the Panthers. Quarterback in the shotgun. Hands it off to number 5 to the outside, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Number 51 and a couple others there to wrap him up behind. And the Panthers are behind the sticks already. Not a great start to the game. Let's see if they can recover from that.
Tackle for loss.
Trips to the right for the Panthers. Press coverage look for the Vikings. Drops back. Number 7 throws to the middle, and it's incomplete. There was a few Vikings in the area that could have potentially had a pick, but otherwise it falls incomplete, and a long 3rd down coming for the Panthers. Yeah, let's give a shout out to our boy Steve. Right on the right side. I don't know if Damon can get a little glimpse of Steve. There he is. There's Steve, our boy. Actually, Damon's boy, but we're calling it our boy Steve. Doing some great camera work. Big 3rd down for the Panthers. See what they can do. Another shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Running back right next to the quarterback. Let's see. He's got some options. Pass. Trying to set up a screen. Couldn't find anybody. Quarterback has to run, and he goes nowhere. Gain of at most 5 and a 4th down coming for the Panthers. I don't know what they were doing on that, by the way. Why would you try? I don't know if that was a screen they were trying to set up, or, I mean, the quarterback looked quickly like he was trying to throw the screen and then just took off himself. Like, I don't even know. I don't know. Damon, I don't think you even know either what they were trying to do. But they got nowhere. And we'll see if a punt is to come for the Panthers. See if the Vikings get some good field position. Punt is away. And it takes a friendly Panthers bounce. And taken up by number 4. Stiff arms a man. Has to the outside. He's still in bounds. Down the sideline. Number 4 for the Vikings. And he's in for the touchdown. Or is he out? No, it's a touchdown. And a big play by the Vikings special teams. Vikings scored on offense. Got to stop on defense. They have offense, defense, and special teams. Big play there for the Vikings as they go up 14-0, trying to make it 16-0. Oh boy, this is a big start. This is a absolutely fast and furious start for the Vikings. You know, I don't know if he stepped out, but I mean, refs say he didn't step out, but it was close. It was definitely close on the sideline. You know, you think he would just run out of bounds maybe, but no, he wanted all of it. Vikings not in the ultimate tight formation, but in a pretty tight formation. Motions right to number 4. They pass it to him, and another false start on the Vikings. You know, this happened last time, but, I mean, they scored 2 on the last time. We'll see if maybe they can just do it again, just wipe the false start out. You know, they seem to only get a false start on that one play from the 2-yard line, then just pushes them back. See what they do here. Motion to the right. They fake the handoff to number 4. Give it to number 22, and he doesn't go far. gets about a 3-yard gain, and the 2-point conversion is no good. It is 14-0 Vikings. Nonetheless, though, a big touchdown by their special teams on a punt return touchdown, and it gives them a 2-score lead. Can the Panthers answer? Find out when they start their next drive.
Looks like Dell and Parks are back. Dylan Hall put it in play for the home team.
All right. Kick is underway. A little squib kick again taken, and the Panthers are going to try to see if they can make some magic happen on their special teams. Number 59 trying to find somewhere to go, and he's pushed out of bounds and thrown down to the ground at about maybe the 42, the 43. We'll see where they spot it. Nonetheless, 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Ochendo takes that kickoff. His team will put it in play at their own 43-yard line.
And it looks like they spot it at the 43-yard line. Let's see what the Panthers can do to see if they can answer. See what they can do. They run it inside with number 5, and another tackle for loss. Either a TFL of 1 or 2, or just made it back to the line of scrimmage. Again, we'll see where they spot it, but it looks like a loss of a yard. Again, Panthers behind the chains on this one. Can they make it back? Again, shotgun formation for the quarterback, but he's got 2 running backs with him on both sides. 1 wide receiver to the left, 2 to the right. And he's got a lot of space between him on the right side, and they motion number 5 out. They go read option. QB takes the run, and number 7 gets, let's see where they spot it. It looks like he has enough for the first down. But does he have enough? And, I mean, where are you going to spot it? And it looks like they definitely have enough for the first down at that look. But there might be a measurement coming. We'll see. And nope, they got a first down. I know it definitely looked close, but it did look like they got the first down. First down, I mean, when you get a first down, you get some places. You get to know where you're going. Once you get a first down, you can get the train moving. Again, same formation. Motion to the right, and a flag on the play. A false start on the Panthers. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, but still first down.
The score update from Randolph. The Blue Devils of Randolph are ahead 18-0. 9:28 to play in the first half. That's the other quarterfinal game. Randolph up on there again to 18-0. We'll keep you updated as the night goes on.
All right. 1st and 15 for the Panthers. You know, they're trying the same formation with 2 running backs in the backfield. Motion to the right. Going to try to set up a screen. He's got him in stride. Number 5 breaking tackles and gets a few yards past the original line of scrimmage to get those yards back that they lost. But about a 2nd and 7 coming up for the Panthers.
Up a 2nd down. Ball just at the Nashoba 45-yard line.
And the Panthers have crossed midfield to the Nashoba 45. We'll see what they can do. Another motion to number 5. They hand it off. Missed tackle. He's got space to the outside, and a good hard tackle by number 20. Number 11 couldn't get farther after that missed tackle in the backfield.
By Gavin Adams. Preventing a bigger run. 3rd down.
And a big 3rd down coming for the Panthers. See if they can move the chains. If not, they're either forced to punt or potentially go for it. Although their defense hasn't been very spot on in this game, so I feel like you just have to punt it away if you can't get it here. Time is very much taken away. 5:53 left in this quarter. QB run, stiff arms a guy, gets to the outside but doesn't get far. Gets maybe a yard or two after the fall forward. And do they go for it or do they punt? It looks like they might go for this. Quarterback's running over, talking to his coordinator, his coach, whoever that staff member is over there. But let's see what they can do. And it looks like a timeout is called by the Panthers. This would be a potential 30-second timeout, and we'll be back after this. And we'd like to give a shout out to Mark Quarry over there at LCTV for giving me and my boy Damon over here the crew. Damon is the cameraman, doing a great job at it. He's got a future, guys, in the camera field. And I am Jonathan Dow, your commentator here for the game. You know, funny enough, Damon actually texted me like 2 hours before this game. he said to me, he was like, hey, do you want to commentate a game tonight? And I was like, yeah, sure. I got nothing else. I got really nothing else to do tonight. So here I am, and here we are having the time of our lives, aren't we, Damon? Oh, yeah, he's heavily agreeing with me. And it looks like they are punting, and a pretty good punt, actually, for the Panthers. And it is corralled by the special teams. Number 4 again, trying to get to the outside. Keeps moving the pile and gets to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. And the Vikings will start off 1st and 10 as they're up 14-0 with about 4:55 left to go in this quarter. And we'll see if the Vikings can just continue to pour on this lead, or will the Panthers find a way to stop them and get the ball back. And the Vikings again running that tight formation. They have not passed the ball yet this game, and it is not the case there as they chip it to an inside run with number 4. Number 4 finding some lane to the outside, and he is taken down and will be close to a first down. And a good run by the Vikings. Like I said, they haven't passed the ball at all this game. Frankly, they haven't really needed to pass the ball because their run game has just been so dominant. You know, very comparable to the Detroit Lions football team in the NFL. They were just a very power run type of team. Yeah, they pass the ball sometimes with some play action, some shotgun, but for the most part, they're a very run-first, run-heavy football team. And closing in on about 4 minutes left, 14-0. The Vikings as they continue with another tight formation and pitch it again. Another run with inside and gets across the 50. Number 4 has been having a game. You know, he's got the punt return touchdown. He's pretty good on the punt return. He's got a rushing touchdown. I mean, forget the potential hat trick. I mean, he would just have to pass for a touchdown or, catch for a touchdown. You'd have to do something. But otherwise, it is across the 50 and a Vikings first down. You know, funny enough, I went to this school. Damon did too. We'll get to that. We'll get to he thinks he did. We'll get to that after this quick play. It's probably going to be a sneak. And they actually are going to get the sneak. Wow, I don't know how I predicted that. I just said the first thing in my mind. Mind blown. But let's see if actually stay tuned to the end of the first quarter, and I'll actually give you a little more insight of kind of who I am and my relation to Damon. He's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool, chill guy. You know, if I do say so myself. You know, I'll tell you one thing. This isn't the first game that me and Damon have, worked together. You know, we actually did a few basketball games in our time, but this is our first football game. And football is one of the sports that I know a lot about, and I'm very comfortable with doing, as you'll see, as they pitch it to an inside run with number 22. and he is brought down close to a first down, just a yard or maybe 2 short of it. But yes, football is my favorite sport. It's a very, very fun sport. I actually played football here for my freshman year and then stopped after. I didn't really get into playing football. But, yeah, so football is definitely a big passion of mine. As we get back, I mean, I could just sense another QB sneak here, just get the first down. And, yep, there it is. There's the QB sneak. And he actually pushes the pile a good chunk. You know, to me, that kind of looked like the tush push that the Philadelphia Eagles run in real life. You know, it's very hard to stop. And a first down for the Vikings after that. Yeah, it's very interesting that the school has cowbells. It's very interesting, yeah. Tight inside, they hand it to the outside to number 4, trying to get the corner, and he is brought down for a loss on the play. Good pursuit by the Panthers defense. I mean, the Vikings, they have just been walking up and down the field against the Panthers. I mean, they got to find some sort of spark in that defense to stop the Vikings from getting something. And with about 1:06 left in this first quarter, it's been a pretty fun first quarter. I mean, especially if you're a Vikings fan. If you're a Panthers fan, you're really asking some questions on what this defense is really capable of and really what this offense is capable of. The offense hasn't been able to do too much this game. Time is very much still ticking. Motion to number 22, but they hand it off inside to number 4. And he is churning past the 30 and is brought down at about the 29. About 37 seconds to go. Will they run another play before this quarter ends? We'll have to find out.
Third down.
Oh, man, they're running really tight. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this is just another sneak up the middle. Number 12, the quarterback trying to hard count him and could not do it, and that will actually end the first quarter. Just trying to get a free 5 yards, could not do it, but it is the end of the quarter, and the Vikings are up 14-0. Now, real quick, I'm just going to give you some insight of who I am. I actually went to the school with Damon. I was a year above Damon, actually, as Damon is, checking the cameras, making sure everything's all set and everything's ready to go. Should be good. Yeah, it should be good. He's doing camera stuff, just unplugging things, plugging things back in. I took marketing in high school, so I have no camera background whatsoever. But Damon, he was in, what do you call it? TV media. Thank you. TV media. Man, it's been a while. It's been a bit since I've been out of high school, if you forget the shops that were in your own high school. But he took TV media, so he's big into the camera stuff. He knows all of that about. I was in marketing, but I actually caught wind of Damon when it was actually the girls' varsity basketball coach who introduced me to Damon, I think. No, I'm pretty sure it might have been Steve. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the varsity girls basketball coach. It's Steven. I think his name was actually Steven Strange. Like no joke. I think it was Steven Strange, right? Yes. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, Steven Strange. I actually had a great relationship with him the time that he was here. I talked with him a few times. Great guy. But nonetheless, that's how me and Damon kind of got started. We did a few basketball games, like I said, and now we're doing our first football game. And as we get back to the second quarter, the Vikings still trying to just march down this field and get another touchdown to add to their lead. They hand it to number 22, and he gets brought down close to the 20 on the other side of the field. I was on the right side, Damon, but I decided to move to the left because we're moving to the left. and so I can get actually a pretty good view. I mean, I'm actually up. I'm above the booth where the PA announcer and the scoreboard guy is. We're on top. We're on a roof right now. It's a great view. It's actually a really great view. It's where the cameras operate. Very beautiful view. You can see the whole field. And we'll see what the Vikings do. I mean, I can just see them just running the ball the rest of this game. I mean, they haven't passed it once. And an inside run with number 22. He's brought down at about the 19-yard line. And a potential third down coming. You know, as I say that, the Vikings might actually have to pass this football right now. It is a third and pretty long.
Second and about 8 yards.
Never mind, it's second down. I guess I don't know how to read. But it is second down for the Vikings. You know, if they don't get too much here, they might have to pass this ball, and a stoppage of play at the moment. Don't know what that's all about. I don't think a timeout was called. And the clock continues to run at about 10:27 in this first half, as the Vikings have the ball, trying to just pound on their lead against the Panthers. Motion to number 4. They hand it to number 4. Blockers ahead, trying to get to the outside, and he is brought down at the original line of scrimmage for a loss of yards.
Looks like Deshaun Young on the stop.
And a tough loss for the Vikings, as they find ourselves on a third and pretty long. I mean, they might have to pass this ball for the first time this game. As they check a couple people in, check a couple people out. This might be their passing formation. Although at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they run the football. I mean, catch the defense off guard, run a little draw. I mean, you always got to be ready for that as a defense, because they can gain a lot of yards if you're expecting pass. And they actually look like they're in a passing formation with number 12 for quarterback. Drops back, looking, throws towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. Trying to thread the needle between the safety and the corner, and could not. He did have him open a little bit. He just threw it just on the right spot. He could have had a shot at it, but who knows what would have happened. And it is fourth down. It looks like. Yes, it is fourth down. I had to wait for the marker to go through so that I'm not giving you guys a lot of wrong information as to what down it is. But yes, it is fourth down. And the Vikings look like they're probably going to go for this, as they're up 14-0 with 9:17 left in the first half. And we'll see if they can convert on this. I mean, they took a deep shot on third down. Now they go bunch formation to see what they can do. I'm curious as to what this is. Could be play action, could be a run. It is play action. They pass it. 12 looking to the end zone, and it's incomplete again. And the Panthers play some good defense to force a turnover on downs for the Vikings. Panthers get this ball back. Let's see if they can maybe do something to make this game close. But a couple close passes for the Vikings. I mean, they do show that they can throw some passes on this team. And now let's see what the Panthers can do. Let's see, trips to the right of the quarterback, running back next to him, and a flag is down. And I didn't hear what the flag was, but I believe it's maybe a legal formation. It definitely wasn't a false start.
First down, 15 yards remaining.
First and 15 for the Panthers. See if they can continue that momentum that they just grabbed with getting the Vikings to a turnover on downs. Quarterback dropping back, going deep down the middle. He's got his man complete. And he is carrying the pile across the 50. And forward progress has stopped him. And a big catch by number 5. He was wide open. It's probably one of the easiest passes you're going to get as a quarterback.
Biggest game of the night so far.
It looks like they were running zone coverage.
First and 10.
And as a quarterback, you just got to find the hole in the zone. And a seam up the middle could be potentially a cover 3 that they ran, as they were able to get the ball inside the zones. Quarterback draws back again, throws to the outside, and it is incomplete off the hands by number 11. Panthers tried to go quick, could not find anything after that big conversion to get him past midfield.
Good job by Miles.
But a good gain nonetheless. I mean, let's talk about real quick that big gain. I mean, if you're the Panthers, that's amazing. I mean, I think I've only seen them run the ball a couple times. The Vikings is a big, heavy run team, it seems like, but you know, the Panthers they've shown that they're able to move the ball down the field these past couple drives, but can they finish is the question. And they run the ball with number 11. He's got some space. 2 broken tackles and a 3rd broken tackle as they're able to drag him down to about the 41-yard line. 41-42 yard line and close to another first down.
Thank you for letting us know, fans, but it is now up and running. The live stream. If you need information how to get it, you can come up to the booth, but it is now up and running. Thanks to Mr. Almas and John Ferrara on the assist.
Quarterback drops back, looks, and he finds his receiver, and a first down for the Panthers as they move the chains. Quick throw, he's got his man number 5 again for a good completion.
Chains move, first and 10 Cathedral at the Nashoba Tech.
Panthers are actually moving the ball. They move the chains, see if they can try to find their way to get into the end zone, see if they can make this a closer game than it is right now. Quarterback, the lone guy behind the line of scrimmage, although number 11 is kind of in a weird stance. And a motion with his receiver, and they pitch it, a jet pass to the right side. Number 1 trying to find some room, and he finds some room down to the 30, inside the 35. Gain of a few on the play.
Gain of about 5 on the play. Atari Bell on the carry, number 1.
Quarterback drops back, looking, rolls to his left, trying to find somebody, can't find anybody, and he has to roll out and try to get some yards himself. And the Vikings have stood him up at about the 30-yard line.
Mohammed runs, but he can't hide, kind of avoiding KJ Harding, but then being brought down short of the first down.
And it is short of the first down. And we'll see what the Panthers have on a 3rd down. See if they can convert. Big 3rd down for the Panthers here. Although they do have 4th down, they would like to convert it here on 3rd. Quarterback over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his man number 6. Could not find him. He had him wide open in the middle. Just couldn't hit him. As David mentioned, this house is absolutely trashed. It is absolutely rocking here on a Friday night. You know, Friday night, prime time, under the lights. What else could you ask for? There's a few things you can ask for, but Vikings would like a win. Number 7 drops back underneath to number 11. Number 11 cuts inside. And is that a fumble? Yes, it is. Ball came out, and the Vikings have recovered, and that's a turnover for the Vikings. And that's a turnover for the Panthers.
Second straight possession of this game that ended turnover on down, one for each team.
Either that or it was a turnover on downs. I saw hands moving, so I thought it was a fumble. But I believe it was just a turnover on downs. Vikings again running that tight formation. Let's see if they can find some room to work with about 5:05 left in this first half. They hand it on the inside to number 22. And stops him in a few yards.
Zach DeShanes on the carry there. Gain of about 5, second down for Nashoba here. 4:39 and counting to go in half number 1.
And a second down for the Vikings. See what they can do. They hand it inside to the running back, and he finds his way past the first down into about the 41. He was tripped up, but he was able to get a good Vikings first down to move the chains.
First down.
Yeah, see what the Vikings do on 1st and 10, and they pitch it to number 4. He finds some holes on the inside, breaking tackles, and that is close to another first down.
There for number 4, Chase Carney.
Spot it at about, they spot it, and that is good enough for another Vikings first down. With about 3:30 left to go in this first half, let's see if the Vikings can try to get another touchdown to really put a dagger in this lead. Handoff on the inside to the running back. He finds some holes, breaking tackles, and he was one more broken tackle away from finding the end zone. Alas, it is taken down, and another first down for the Vikings.
Making a nice hole. Jack Sinclair among others there. Opening it up. First down.
Clock is still ticking. Vikings still moving down the field, trying to get some score before halftime. They hand it off to their running back, and he starts carrying the pile for a couple yards after contact.
DeShanes does what he does best there, keeping those legs moving. 2nd and 5.
Vikings on a 2nd and down. Hand it on the inside. And number 4 is brought down after a gain of a few. And it's going to be a 3rd down for the Vikings.
About 3.
It's going to be a 3rd and a 3 for the Vikings coming up. Let's see what they can do. At 1:39 left. Clock is ticking on the Vikings. Pitch it inside to number 4. Bounces to the outside. Cuts back in. And that is close to another first down, and it looks like it's going to be another Vikings first down. And a minute 27 clock is ticking. The Vikings are going to have to run some hurry up, as they do right now. Get a little tempo going. They pitch it inside to another running back, And he gains a few. Clock's still churning. The Vikings haven't used any of their timeouts yet, which is very interesting at this point.
Change again.
With a minute, closing into under a minute left in this first half.
Down.
And a timeout taken by the Panthers. Very interesting that the Panthers are going to take a timeout.
Cathedral coach Derek Beasley uses a timeout.
And 14-0 with about 56 seconds left. We'll see what the Vikings do once we come back from this timeout. And a second down for the Vikings with 56 seconds left in this first half. They're trying to see if they can get a score before the half ends. And they pitch it inside, and it is brought down inside the 15, at probably the 14-yard line.
Nashoba calls timeout.
And Nashoba has called a timeout, about 50 seconds to go.
33-0 Randolph over Narragansett. The other side of the bracket, the other potential semifinal matchup. Fans, just a reminder, please stick around after the game for a brief presentation. Thank you.
And as we come back from the timeout, a third down coming for the Vikings. 50 seconds to go in this first half. Vikings trying to get a touchdown. We'll see what they can do. I suspect a pass coming if they want to move down this field. I mean, they've been running it all game. It would be a good time to run a play action. Nope, they just toss it inside to the running back. He churns his way inside the 10. And a first down for the Vikings as the clock continues to move. No timeout is called. Vikings run hurry up. They run it inside again to number 4, and he moves about inside the 5. And a timeout called by the Vikings with 33 seconds left in the first half. And a 1st and goal coming for the Vikings. See what they can do. Will they continue to just ground and pound their way and try to get into the end zone? Or will they do a pass? I suspect they are just going to continue to run this football. I don't know how much timeouts they have left. It's 33 seconds. They have plenty of time to run a play and just go hurry up offense. And a timeout called by the Panthers. They're probably trying to figure out what the way the offense is lining up to see if they can try to stop them. Goal-to-goal situation for the Vikings coming up. And we'll see what they can do, see if they can try to pound this football into the end zone. See what they do. They line up tight once more. And they pitch it to the running back, powering his way, trying to get in, and he is in for the touchdown. Vikings score to continue to pound their lead at the end of this first half.
Freshman does it.
And the 2-pointer to come. The 2-pointer to come. They hand it to the running back again. Can he stay on his feet? Did he get in? Yes, he did. He was about to go down, but he ended up leaping on 2 feet to try to dive his way and power his way into the end zone for the 2, and he did so. Vikings up 22-0. They are just pounding the Panthers. Panthers are going to have to make some real adjustments at the halftime to try to see if they can pull away in this comeback. You know, I will suggest the Panthers have been doing a good job at throwing the ball down the field. Maybe they just continue doing that, try to move their way down the field. So they've been slicing the Vikings deep on some points. The Vikings try a potential onside kick, and it is corralled by the Panthers with 26 seconds left. Now, I don't know how many timeouts the Panthers have, but I could almost guess that they have one. They have at least one left.
26 seconds,
you know, try to. I mean, I don't know. Do we take field goals? And I don't know if we do. I don't know if we take field goals in high school. Damon, do we take field goals in high school? Okay, so he told me that sometimes we take field goals in high school. I don't know if they have a kicker. I don't know how good their kicker is, but if they have a kicker, I mean, I'd say they take a field goal, maybe get inside the 30 for a good shot. I mean, that's a long ways away. That's about 30 yards to get there. But, I mean, just one big seam throw down the field could potentially put them in there. 2 high safeties could be a cover, too. Quarterback in the pocket, just going deep. Pass is intercepted. Picked off by the Vikings, and he's got some room Number 16, a flag on the play. Probably an illegal block in the back. Another flag coming. But the Vikings take over across the 50, but they might be moving back a bit for a potential illegal block in the back. Let's see what the call is.
It looks like. Was it picked up?
And let's see what the refs talk about.
Triple flags on the play.
And it looks like a penalty on the return for the Vikings.
Couple penalties after the interception, but
the Vikings still take over. 8 seconds left. I mean, at this point, I think they just take a knee and just find a way to just take a knee and see if they can just get to halftime. Although they line up in an interesting formation. They're going to wait, and they're going to take a knee and send this game to halftime. The Vikings are up 22-0 at the half. We'll see if the Panthers can try to find some answers and see if they can find a way to come back and make this game close or potentially win this game. But the Vikings, again, are up 22-0. About a 14-minute halftime. We'll be back after this. Well, apologize to everybody if I broke your ears during the touchdown call. Well, everybody, we are back to the second half of football with the Nashoba Tech Vikings leading the Cathedral Panthers 22-0. As the Panthers will start with the ball first, see if they can get some momentum going and see if they can get some points on this board. Both teams need to win this game very badly. So can the Panthers come back? Find out in the second half.
Cathedral will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go on their own 40-yard line.
It is a first down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. See what the Panthers can do and see if they can get some points on this drive. One receiver on each side of the quarterback, and they decide to run the football the first play. And they're being able to carry the pile a little bit for a gain of 6 yards, potentially at least 5. And a pretty good start to the game for the Panthers. Some good yards going. You know, as a Panthers fan, you hate to see what happened in the first half. Looks like man coverage on the outside for the Vikings. They hand the ball off again, and they gain a couple yards.
First down and 10 yards to go.
You know, as Damon said, there's still time for the Panthers to come back. And, you know, I agree with him. I mean, it's 22-0. But you have, I think there's 12 minutes in each quarter, if I remember correctly. Yes, Damon giving me the thumbs up, so that means I know ball. It means I know this. So there's definitely a lot of time left to try to get some scores, especially if you hold the Vikings to 0 points the rest of the game. It's a tall task for their defense, though, with the way they played in the first half. Gave up 22 points. But they're on offense now, so see what they can do. And they run it to the outside with their running back. He gets the corner. A flag is down as he is pushed out of bounds to get a first down, but there is a flag, potential holding. And there is a holding penalty on the Panthers. So that's going to push them back 10 yards. And the Panthers will have to convert again on a third down. You know, these are just the costly mistakes that you just can't have as a football team. I mean, if you get behind the chains, it's even worse when you get a third down and then you just get a holding penalty and push them back more. Now you have to do it again. I mean, if you don't convert this third down, you're in fourth down and you have a decision to make. You either punt this ball away to the Vikings, who have been pounding on offense, or you go for it and, again, risk either getting the first down or giving the Vikings the ball with good field position. Panthers trying to convert on this long third down. Draws back to pass, looking deep to his receiver, and it is incomplete. Bounced right off of his hands. He could not come up with it, and it looks like the punt group is going to come out for the Panthers. Unless they keep the offense out there.
Indication is
I mean, the quarterback's still out there.
holding penalty.
Might keep the offense out here.
To the visitors.
Either that or the quarterback's going to punt, but I don't see how the quarterback can punt the football. I mean, oh, they might actually be punting. This guy actually might be punting. Be some Tom Brady action. Remember when Tom Brady punted the football way back when? And the punt is actually a pretty good punt. And did he touch it? I don't think he did. I don't think he touched it, yeah. It's a little bit of a scare for the Vikings. I mean, who knows if the returner... And it's a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. A little bit of a scare, though, as the punt returner almost touched the football, and it would have given the Panthers good field position, but no touch there. And the Vikings will start 1st and 10. And we'll see what the Panthers defense can come up with and see if they can find a way to stop the Vikings. They have failed to most of this game, but can they stop them again? Vikings run the football as they normally do, and they gain about 5 yards on the gain. And get halfway to the 1st down. They are halfway there.
Run there by number 22, Deshaun. Here comes Toby Catterton and the Nashoba offense.
Ball is at the 30-yard line. We'll see what the Vikings can do. See if they can just play drain clock. Drain this clock a lot just to hold the Panthers to as few time and as few possessions as possible. Try to win this game. And they run it inside with number 22. He's bouncing to the outside. He's got blockers in front. And he moseys his way down to the 40.
The Kings hit the outside and kind of put the afterburners on. Inside run there by number 22.
And a 1st down for the Vikings after a huge carry. And he's across midfield.
Ball now at the 30-yard line of Cathedral.
And a handoff again to number 4. He cuts to the outside, breaking some tackles, but only gets about 1 yard gain. It's one of the shortest gains the Vikings had on the run game this game. Otherwise, they've just been pounding this run. They had a couple loss of yards on runs, but for the most part, they've been doing really well.
The Kings hit the outside and kind of put the afterburners on. 1st down, Nashoba.
And a 2nd down for the Vikings incoming. Let's see what this run play does, because I'm just assuming that they're running the ball every single time. And they do again with number 4, a little outside run. And he is carried forward by the defender for a couple yards after contact, but a 3rd down coming for the Vikings.
The Kings again. Full blown upcoming here. 2nd and long for the Vikings from the Nashoba Tech.
It is a third down incoming for the Vikings. Now, what do? Do they run the football or do a little play action? They run the ball, and the Panthers defense has stood tall on third down. Fourth down to come.
Carney on the carry. Leading Samoleon among others at the bottom of that pile. Third down upcoming here for the Vikings of Nashoba Tech.
All right, let's see what this Vikings offense has for fourth down. Let's see if they can convert. This is a big kind of do-or-die situation for the Panthers with about 5:40 left in this third quarter. They're slowly running out of time to come back in this one. So this would be a big fourth down stop and a big stand and a big momentum shifter if they can stop them on fourth down. They're motioning people outside. This actually could be a pass. But they run it inside, and a big defensive stand for the Panthers as the turnover on downs comes for the Vikings. What a big stand. Running back had nowhere to go. He met him in the hole immediately. Huge play, and the Panthers get the ball with some decent field position to try to work their way to the end zone. Try to see if they can score for the first time in this game.
38-yard line.
And a flag on the play on the Panthers. And it looks like too many men on the field for the Panthers. I mean, I was pretty good at math in high school. I didn't see 12. When I counted, I saw 10, but nonetheless, see what they do after this 5-yard penalty. And they run it to the outside, and the Vikings defense is all over it. 3 Vikings defenders were meeting him right at the line of scrimmage to stop him.
Good stop.
All right, Damon, you can still hear me, correct? Okay, just want to make sure I didn't turn off the microphone. That would be pretty wild.
For Cathedral.
Quarterback dropping back, has some time to throw, and it's, oh my goodness! What a grab by number 5. Oh my goodness. And he is hurt after that, but wow, what a grab, taking an absolute beating. It's actually number 6 who got it, and he is able to get up on his feet and get off the field with under his own power. But wow, what an absolute monster of a catch by the Panthers receiver. It just contested coverage. Just go up, the quarterback just like, go up and get it, buddy, and he did so. It's a pretty exciting catch, isn't it, Damon? Yeah, Damon says it looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. I think so. Just kind of trying to find his footing. But nonetheless, big game for the Panthers as they try to come back in this game. First down. It looks like a 2-on-1 on the left side. Quarterback's got some good matchups. Looking, throwing to the outside and open on the corner, on the outside route. in between the safety and the corner. I mean, that's what you want to do as a quarterback. You want to be able to, if it's zone coverage, you want to find the zone. You want to fit the ball in there. Ball was actually thrown a little bit before the cut. It was actually made, so that's good trusting by the quarterback and his receiver. And a good connection between them, so he's able to just throw it and rely on and have the trust in his receiver to make that grab. Another first down for the Panthers. They run it on the inside. They're able to find a little hole and get close to halfway there for the first down. Two big games for the Panthers, and they find themselves pretty close to the end zone.
Mohammed's pass complete.
Quarterback dropping back, makes a man miss, trying to find a little hole, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. A third down coming for the Panthers.
From the defense of James McCormick. Good job thus far by the defense. And the cheerleaders, let's give them a hand. Benoit, the carry.
Big third down coming for the Panthers. Can they convert, or will it be a fourth down?
Second and about 8.
See what they do. Two wide receivers to the right. Looks like a third coming over. One wide receiver to the left. They're actually playing very soft coverage. There was no one on the receiver to the left, but pretty soft coverage. Maybe a little curl route could get him. Pass is incomplete.
As they begin the fourth quarter in Randolph, it's 40-0. The home team Randolph over there against the 1 seed.
As we see, the pass was incomplete, trying to find his man in the middle. He had him, but the quarterback just threw it right in the dirt in front of him. Fourth down coming, though. Let's see what the Panthers decide to do.
Good job thus far by the defense. And the cheerleaders, let's give them a hand.
Fourth down coming. Can the Panthers convert, or will this be a turnover on downs? We'll see. They try to run a little screen pass. It's incomplete.
The Hammer's pass is incomplete. And here comes Toby counted in, and then the Nashoba offense. As they begin the fourth quarter in Randolph, it's 40-0.
And that is a tough one for the Panthers to take.
They're the 1 seed. Cruising into a semifinal date with the winner of this contest.
Yeah, they were able to move the ball down the field, but nothing in the end of it. Turnover, but, I mean, 2 minutes left in the third. Maybe the Panthers can get a quick 3 and out, get this ball back. We'll see. See what they do. But the Vikings come out in their normal running formation, and they do so. Inside run, and a gain of about 2.
Zach Deshanes taking the handoff.
And a short gain, second down, incoming for the Vikings.
Mohammed's pass is incomplete. And here comes Colby Catterton and then the Nashoba offense. First and 10.
Damon senses a timeout coming. Let's see if he's correct. Could potentially happen. At minute 25, I feel like you'd want to save all your timeouts for the fourth quarter, wouldn't you? Yeah, Damon's like, true, yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. Vikings just trying to drain as much clock as they can. And a pitch to the outside with number 4. He's got blockers in front, and he's got a first down. Pushed out of bounds close to the 35.
Looks like Zach Deshanes taking the handoff, going up the middle for a gain of about 2.
Doing the intro graphics.
And another big shout out to Damon's boy, Mark Crowry. I'm so sorry, Mark. But thank you to Mark Crowry for giving us the equipment to do this and building the graphic for this presentation. And there's, as Damon says, the nitties and the gritties of all this, like the stuff that I wouldn't want to do. And I mean that Damon, he might have some interest in it. I mean, Damon does the editing, so he does his department, Mark does his department, but thank you again to Mark Crowry for being able to, give us the equipment to be able to do something like this. So thank you, Mark. We love you. Back to the game, though. 51 seconds left in the third quarter.
The house is rocking.
The house is absolutely rocking. The cheerleaders are cheering, as David says. Oh, and it's another run. Who would have guessed? And he's still got a good gain. The Vikings have just been Vikings have just been having their way with the Panthers. Just really pounding the run and just forcing the run down their throats and just being able to march this ball right down the field with ease, for the most part. But it looks like the Vikings are probably just going to take this to the fourth quarter. And I wouldn't see why you would try to run another play. Time expires in this third quarter. And, they're actually running another play. That's kind of shocking. And did he get a first down? Did he fall forward? Yes, he did. That is a first down. I was actually surprised that the Vikings actually ran a play before the quarter ended. But the Vikings are destroying the Panthers 22-0. Can the Panthers find some way to get back into this game? We'll find out in the fourth quarter right after this. And we are back in the fourth quarter. I mean, a lot can happen in a fourth quarter. I mean, I've seen football. I've seen a lot of football games in my life. I mean, Damon, I don't know how many football games you've seen. Maybe seen a few. He said he's seen a few, but
I've seen a couple, probably a few dozen.
Yeah, a few. Oh, actually, yeah, he said he's seen a few dozen. Are you gonna add more?
Probably not.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know too much.
He's like looking at me over here. I'm like, is he gonna add more? But yeah, so he's seen a handful of football games in his life, and if we know how football games work, the fourth quarter is really where teams can shine and really can make or break a game, and a lot can happen in a fourth quarter in any football game. So, game is technically not over, but with the Vikings having the ball right now, they're just finding a way to move the ball down the field, and it's looking like they're gonna pass here on second down. Ain't no way they're passing this. Oh, I was right. And a flag on the play. False start on the Vikings. Now, they were lining up to pass. I was like, ain't no way these guys are going to pass it right now. They've been running the football all game, and I was actually correct. They were going to run the football, but it was a false start on the play. Yeah, as I'm looking into the camera, I can actually see how my mic, the volume moving up and down. That's actually really cool. Never mind, that's the wrong microphone. Apparently, that's the camera microphone. See, as you can tell, I am not very keen to camera stuff. Man, great knowledge given by Damon. Game with about 10:35 left in this game. It is second and very long because they are put behind the original line of scrimmage, and they run the football, and they are stood up. Running back met immediately by this Panthers defense. Wow. That's a wow. That's a wow factor. He went absolutely nowhere. And that is a big, big stop for this Panthers defense, is to force a third down and very long and potentially force a punt to get this ball back. About 10 minutes left, down 3 scores. If they just keep getting these big defensive stands and then find a way to move the ball down the field really quickly, he should be able to find a way to potentially win this game. The Vikings are actually in a passing situation. So with one of the few times they're actually going to pass the football. And is it a false start or is it an offside? It is a neutral zone infraction by the Panthers. The hard count got him. The quarterback with the hard count got him. And the Vikings get 5 free yards. The Vikings get 5 free yards to be able to make this third down more manageable than it already was. But the Vikings still line up to pass the ball. This is one of the few times we actually see the Vikings having to pass the football. And it looks like they're going to potentially bring some pressure for the Panthers, and they are. Pass to the outside. It is caught. And that is a first down for the Vikings. Number 18 with the completion. Big catch. And the Vikings are just continuing to pour on in this game. Panthers brought some pressure. They had a lot of guys inside. They tried to bring more rushers than they could block, but they actually found out how to block them. And the quarterback makes a good decision. It was one-on-one, so someone had to win. And right there, someone won on a quick out route to be able to convert and get this first down. What a play by the Vikings. And motion to number 22. They're going to run the ball again. And a couple yards. Just Vikings, all they really want to do is just continue to just churn and burn this clock. I mean, they're up 22-0. They're really looking like they're going to win and move on to the next game in these playoffs to try to find their way the road to Gillette. Crazy stuff. Gillette Stadium to the finals. You know, it's kind of like with the SEC in college when it was on CBS. It was the road to Atlanta because that was the conference championship for the SEC. But right now the Vikings are trying to find their way on the road to Gillette as they're trying to just finish off this game and come away with a big win over the Panthers. And they run it to number 22 and get a couple yards, and it's third down again. What do the Vikings do here on third down? Do they pass the ball or do they run it?
Fans, one final update from the out-of-town scoreboard. It's final now in Randolph. 40-8, Randolph wins.
Crowd is rocking. They were just stomping on these stands, trying to make some noise to try to get the Vikings to convert this first down. Everybody's up in the box. They hand it to the running back. He finds a hole, and he finds his way to another Vikings first down. Panthers defense have had no answer for this run game for the Vikings. I mean, if I'm the opponent for next week's game against the Vikings, I'm going to really be looking at this film, and I'm going to be telling my guys, all right, they just run the football. They are very one-dimensional, it looks like. So if you could just stop the run, you're going to have to force the Vikings to pass this football, and we'll see if they can find ways to pass the football. I mean, they've shown to be able to pass the football in this game. So not too much worries there, but if you stop the run, they're going to be forced to pass it. So, and if you can establish the run in a game, then you are just born for victory. I mean, if you find a way to pound and ground and a flag on the play.
Penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like a delay of game on the Vikings. Very interesting penalty. And that will quiet the stands.
Just a reminder, please go after the game for a brief presentation for both teams. Thank you.
And the Vikings actually run the football again, and they are met after a gain of 2 or 3. And it's going to be a second down for the Vikings.
Penalty flag
Again,
on
I
the
mean, with
play.
5:50 left in this game, they're really just
Nashoba
chewing this
Tech.
clock, just trying to get out of here with a big win
Delay of
and
game
find their way
penalty.
on the next round on the road to Gillette.
Fans, just a reminder, please hang around after the game for a brief presentation for both teams. Thank you.
Vikings on a second down and very long. They run the football, handoff inside. He's finding some holes inside. Number 4 is stood up with a pretty good gain to make it third and manageable. You know, with about 5 minutes left to go in this game, I actually didn't mention that it is very cold outside tonight.
Colby
Me and Damon are feeling it. It is cold out. we can't feel our toes. I mean, I brought gloves and a hat, so thankfully I did. I was considering not doing that. I'm so glad that I did, because this would be an even worse time. I mean, Damon forgot his gloves. Damon, the cameraman, forgot his gloves, but he's still rocking. You know, he's got his hood. He's having a great time. He's got the full, like, jacket, coat, whatever you call it. Winter jacket, yeah. The puffy jacket, that's the word for it. And the Vikings hand it off to their running back. Breaking tackles, Chur moving the pile, and that looks like it's going to be another Vikings first down. And it is another Vikings first down as they continue to just move this game along as fast as they can to get out of this game with a win.
The chains on the carry. The chains are moving. First down, Nashoba.
You know, if you're looking at the Panthers and probably asking what went wrong, I mean, the offense was pretty decent, but the defense, as you can see, it's 22-0. They just couldn't stop the run. And another run, but right there they stopped the run and move them past behind the line of scrimmage. As I say that, they actually play some good defense. But if you're looking at, you know, questioning what went wrong for the Panthers, I mean, you just got to look at you couldn't stop the run. You know, when the team is able to establish the run, they just can do whatever they want on offense. And the clock is still running. And did the hard count work again? No, it is a false start for the Vikings. They actually almost got the hard count on the Panthers. And the Vikings continue to just run the football as he gets to the outside, trying to find the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, Vikings. You know, with all this running, you think it's just a very slow, boring, methodical drive. You know, they're just grinding. But you break one free, you get to the secondary. Everybody's crammed inside. Once you get to the outside and just beat one man and get to the secondary, there's really nobody in front of you. And there was only just one man to beat right there for the running back. And he finds his way to the end zone for another Vikings touchdown. Never mind, it was taken away by a penalty. Looks like it was probably a holding penalty. That was just a big play, but that's really what it was. There's so many people inside that when you run the football and you get to the second level, it's like when Derrick Henry tries to run the football and with the Ravens. You know, you cram everyone in the inside, but once he gets to the second level, there's nothing you can really do to stop him. He's such a big guy that he just stiff arms you and just buries you to the ground. But nonetheless, that was actually taken away, unfortunately, for the Vikings. So with 2:19 left to go, let's see what they do. And they run a toss play to number 4, and he is brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Carney on the carry. Third down. Upcoming
Clock
here
under
for the
2
Vikings.
minutes left in this game. There is no 2-minute warning here in high school, so they're just going to keep the clock running.
The Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. Stick around for a brief presentation. Thank you.
Well, let's just see what the Vikings are going to do here on third down. And they run a little QB sneak, and they're actually moving the pile a lot. And they found their way close to back to the original line of scrimmage. And a fourth down coming. I mean, this game's already over. It's going to be, we're looking at under a minute left in this game as a whole. Vikings are up 22-0. They're just going to cruise to the win. And the Vikings are going to cruise their way to a 22-0 win and find their way to the next round on the road to Gillette Stadium. Let's go, Vikings! Now, I think when I was here, the varsity team wasn't too good. And the crowd is rocking with their cowbells and in the stands, trying to just sulk away this drive. And a flag for delay of game.
Delay of game penalty.
I mean, at this point, I mean, the refs might as well just let this game end. It is fourth down, though, so, I mean, if they don't get it here, then, I mean, the Panthers will find their way with the football.
At a neutral site against Randolph.
I think, Damon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Randolph is the next team that they play. I might be wrong, but either way, one more snap potentially. Yeah, they're just going to run out this game. And the Nashoba Tech Vikings have won this game 22-0. And they have found their way with the win. They have won 22-0 against the Panthers, the Cathedral Panthers, and they are on to the next round. And they are on their way to the next round against Randolph. And to see if they can, I think if they win this next game, they're on to Gillette, potentially. But they have moved on to the next round on the road to Gillette Stadium. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all so much for watching. Damon, thank you again for doing the filming. He did a really great job. Again, thank you, Mark Crory. I'm sorry if I butcher your last name, but thank you, Mark, for letting us be able to use the equipment to be able to do this. And again, thank you, Damon, for letting me know about this game. I'm always happy to do this. But for Mark Crory, for Damon Abbots, I am Jonathan Dow saying good night from Nashoba Tech.
I'm gonna leave it going for the special announcements.
Special
Fans, we're going to ask that you direct your attention to midfield as Nashoba Tech Athletic Director, Mr. Matt Dawson, along with Stacy Kokoza, make a presentation to both teams. We'd like to thank Cathedral and Coach Derek Beasley on a great game. You have a lot to be proud of. Good luck for you on your Thanksgiving game, and thanks for the tremendous sportsmanship you showed at tonight's game. Cathedral, great season. Let's give a round of applause. And now, Athletic Director Matt Dawson presenting a banner and trophy to the victors, Nashoba Tech. Congratulations. Couple photo ops there at midfield. A lot of smiles down on that field. A lot of hard work put in. John Ferrara stepping in the photo. And congratulations to the Vikings. On behalf of the MIAA, present you with the banner and trophy. Congratulations.